Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV and our continuing coverage of the Injustice 2 circuit. Round number 6, it's the top 8. Lots of numbers in the intro every week. 2s, 6s and 8s this week. And we are getting ready for the second match of the evening. And that is going to be PrettyBoyNicky versus Thotslayer. Now, before we do that, I want to ask everybody that's watching to enter our survey. We are looking at our options for LAN finals. As you know, LAN finals was meant to be on the 30th of September, but E-League have announced that they are discontinuing their LAN events for the foreseeable future. So we've got to find a new venue, a new way of doing the LAN finals. So we've got a survey running, and there is going to be a link in Twitch chat in just a minute as soon as I finish this intro for you to follow. I'd appreciate it if all of you who are into Injustice 2 fill out that survey and get us going. Well, here to take you through the match with all of that out of the way now is Enigma and Baxter once again. Take it away, Matt.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and please, that survey is super important for us to make sure you guys get the best possible LAN coverage we can. But talking about the next match, we're going to have PrettyBoyNicky, someone who we have seen in top 8s before, but it's gone a bit quiet over the past couple of weeks, versus someone who you see a lot, which is Thotslayer. Thotslayer, I think, is a really kind of working his way through and becoming a really top player. As you have all seen, he's been in grand finals before, taking on Castiel and stuff like that. So what are your thoughts on him as a player and as far as you know, Baxter?
Yeah, I've only seen really some footage from him playing at YSB and, of course, in the Injustice League. He's been doing pretty well, pretty consistent as well, making top 8s pretty much every single round that he enters. He's got a really strong Poison Ivy that we've seen from him quite often, which is really cool to see. I myself play Poison Ivy as well, so it's really good to see him bring her out in this tournament. But we also see that he has a Swamp Thing as well in his casuals that he plays against Wasminator and Castiel online. So it'll be cool to see if he does stick with Swamp Thing for this tournament. And PrettyBoyNicky, of course, doing really well this round already, knocking Waz into losers bracket. So, he's sealed his spot here in the winners bracket of top 8, and now he's getting ready to versus Thotslayer, and we will have a Robin versus Swamp Thing top 8 winners match. So 2 characters that we don't get to see too frequently, but really cool character diversity in this top 8.
Yeah, and both characters did receive a couple of significant buffs. I know, for example, Swamp Thing, his trait's a lot quicker to come at now, is a lot more usable, and PrettyBoyNicky on Robin did actually, his character, his combos are a lot easier, but you can see Thotslayer did get the first hit, but Robin's already built bar by this point. You can see, goes for a setup, I love that, throws out the blue battering. Is he going to get the hard to block one? No, but you can see Thotslayer now just pushing his way through. Good blocks from Thotslayer.
Yeah, I really like this pressure from Robin right now. I haven't seen too much of Robin. I've watched a bit of Hayate's Robin earlier today in Summer Jam, but really cool to see PrettyBoyNicky setups here with Robin. And here we go, we get to see some Swamp Thing action. Thotslayer starting to find his rhythm now.
And Swamp Thing's a really interesting character, so he's quite slow. As you can see, his air mobility is like super slow, but he has just amazing neutral buttons as well as air control just with his jump too. He's obviously not the most high tier of characters, but I personally really think he is quite solid in a matchup such as Robin where zoning isn't very prominent.
Yeah, against a character like Robin, he actually does surprisingly well. He has the range to contest Robin. Robin's toast with the sword. And like you said, he's not the strongest zoner, Robin, so Swamp Thing doesn't really have that issue of getting in on Robin either. He's got that range to play the range game, and he's got the damage to also contest Robin as well.
And just, he's got amazing anti-airs. I believe his down 2 is really good, but his air to air, jump 2 just has so much priority. So he can actually contest Robin in the air. And once again, gets a meter burn back 3, and he's actually going to force the clash. And if Swamp Thing does get a meter burn back 3, he pushes almost 450 damage with it, depending on the setup he decides to go for. So really good use of meter from Thotslayer, which is something we've seen a lot from him recently. Just, his usage of meter in different situations is really good. He's always got bar, and you can see just isn't actually getting the full hit confirm with that string, but just bullying Nicky at this point.
Yeah, that's that range where Robin wants to play, but at the moment, Swamp Thing's ruling the roost with his pokes right now with the forward 2-3-3 string. And he's trying to mix it up with the low log kick as well. This is that command throw. Luckily, does not get punished. Pretty quick recovery on that one. Nice blocks there on Robin. No punish with the down 2 there. You can actually down 2 that string. And here we go. Let's see PrettyBoyNicky mount his offense right now. Blocks that back 3. No meter burn on it. Luckily, PrettyBoyNicky wasn't poking at that time. He's activated the trait now. He does have armor on his command grab. Here we go. Nice blocks from PrettyBoyNicky. He gets a hit. Thotslayer still having wager. Oh, gets a hit here. Meter burn throw. That's a lot of damage. One more hit. Log throw. Oh, gets a nice anti there with the down one. Whoa, he 2-1s it. Nice. He's done. Make a comeback here. Nice meter burn there. Nice block from Thotslayer. This is really close, guys. Pretty much wager is really ineffective at this point in time. Nice.
No, down one.
Oh, it's so close, and finally just at the very tip of the forward 2-3-3 string. And look, PrettyBoyNicky not wagering either. He could have wagered that last hit of that string, but you know, it was just that tense moment. Both players were down to their last pixels of health, and Thotslayer managing to clutch it out there.
Well, just a down one into shoulder probably would have taken it on block for Thotslayer, but just, holding that out, and I do like his patience. Decided to be very patient, just let Robin kill himself, but man, that was way too close. My heart.
Yeah, that was a hella close round. Good stuff to Thotslayer, staying solid there, just keeping that range with the forward 2-3-3 right at the very tip of that string. He managed to catch PrettyBoyNicky, but Nicky hopefully not put on tilt from losing that first round. Comes into this one with a clear head, and hopefully we see another close match like that.
Yeah, but as you can see, Robin at this point needs to find a way to deal with the neutral coming out from Thotslayer. You can see he does actually get woken up on as well with the down back 2. Doesn't actually get an interruption between the uppercut there. It doesn't block at that time when he decides to spend the meter. When the red batarang comes out, now you can see PrettyBoyNicky just bullying Thotslayer a little bit, walking him backwards, trying to keep in a range that he wants to be in and not Thotslayer. But now in the corner, lots of pressure coming out from Nicky. Corners himself, however, I don't agree with that decision. Trying to wake up with back forward 2. And now you can see Thotslayer with a huge life deficit. And the forward 3 comes out from Nicky. Does actually get the juggle, but no confirm off of it. But this should be enough to take it. That is going to be PrettyBoyNicky with a huge adjustment and able to take a very fast first life bar.
Yeah, really strong showing there from Nicky. Just pretty much had Thotslayer's number that whole time there. Thotslayer needs to find his grounding here. Tries to get away from Robin. Play that range game like he was playing in round 1. Oh, nice block down PrettyBoyNicky. That 36 frame overhead. He's got those blocks. nice meter burn, air escape there, getting out of that combo. But yeah, Nicky, keeping up this pressure, keeping up his offense right now. Nice whiff punish on that down forward 2. Nice unclash full combo. Here we go. Let's see that combo. Oh, nice cancel there on the run. Let's see how Nicky can do. Here comes that zoning game, even though it's not the strongest. Oh, and Thotslayer straight in with that meter burn back there like 3, but Nicky waking up there and catching.
Robin wins.
Wow, that's one way you can make an adjustment, I guess. Nicky just showing that he wasn't phased by that close loss and just dominating Thotslayer that round. And honestly, wouldn't be surprised to see if he switches to Ivy at this point, because I feel like Ivy does quite well against Robin, just with the drills as well as the setups that you have there. But no, decides to go back for Swamp Thing. So again, I don't know about you, but I love watching this character anyway. So I'm more than happy to watch more Swamp Thing. But yeah, that time he just got pressured. In that situation, made a couple of bad reads. Went for an interesting green hand as well. So, is it green hand? No, that's Zangief in Street Fighter 4. My bad. The down forward 2 command grab. Is it green hand?
I don't know what's it, but in any sense, yeah, it was a bit weird. He maybe just went for a forward 2 and held down back and got the input buffer into that special move. But here we go into game 3 now. One is tied up one piece between these two players. PrettyBoyNicky catching him low, trying to mix up his down 3 with that overhead string. Whoa! And that 20 frame overhead, he just got absolutely clobbered on the top of the head.
It's just easy. I find with the overheads that are that slow, it's just actually easier to press down 1 instead of trying to react to it and interrupting it instead. But you can see now Thotslayer already he's taking a fair bit of damage now. Robin is going to get a full combo into the setup. it does actually get woken up on by Thotslayer this time. Does get the command grab, spends the second bar, puts him in the corner, and wow, 350 damage for 2 bars, but the battering comes back and is able to interrupt his pressure, so good decision from Thotslayer there. And now you can see meter burn forward 3, puts himself in the corner, but just a down 2 comes out from Nicky, sorry, to take the first life bar against Thotslayer. But health pretty low on Nicky's side.
Yeah, and I like how he ended that combo as well. Just to kill Thotslayer and reposition himself away from the corner. Nice blocks on the lows there. Thotslayer doesn't really have a an overhead to scare Nicky with, but he did get hit by that 20 frame overhead before. Nice option to throw there. That I believe that option to follow up to that uppercut from Robin is -6. However, a lot of players are just going to hold down back. So nice mindset there from Thotslayer going for the throw option there. Ooh, nice down 1 to contest that string, knowing that it's fake, it's not plus.
Yeah, you can see he gets woken up once again, and it's very deceptive when he does spend the bar. Gets the background bounce as well, gets some health back using the EX of that green hand, and now 314 damage for as well as getting some health back, so good decision as well as the reposition, but a fantastic whiff punish comes in from Nicky, and Thotslayer can't clash. Spending on clash, will decides to spend the meter burn there. Good blocks coming out from Thotslayer, and is able to get the clash off this time. So he's going to get a little bit of health back, but not that much.
Yeah, he's only got 1 bar more than Nicky here. Both players not too sure on how much meter to spend. He will get 25% back here. Nicky still has the availability to wager himself as well, and he does have the meter advantage over Thotslayer, so he can manage to be hit here. But Thotslayer getting hit, keeping up his pressure. Thotslayer, he has the meter advantage. He can actually do a further 15% damage here to Nicky. I would recommend him spending that bar, then popping that trade afterwards. Forcing Nicky to make an option here, make a decision.
Yeah, and you can see now, not a lot of health on both players' sides. Chip territory, doesn't get the punish on the dash now, and you can see now, Nicky trying to push his way through, meter burn back through, he does actually get clipped for the second and third hit. And now you can see, what a fantastic read from Thotslayer with the up command grab. That was amazing. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
If I've ever seen a read, then there it is. The Swamp Thing anti-air command grab. He just said, Nicky, do not be a scrub right now. Do not jump at me when you have 5% life left. I will throw you down into the earth and plant you like the tree like I come up from. Robin. Wow, what a beautiful read there from Thotslayer. That anti-air command grab. Nicky now down 2-1. Thotslayer, good pick here, sticking with that Swamp Thing. There's been some really close rounds now. Hopefully these guys can get back into it, and we can see this go to a game 5.
I'm speechless, Baxter. That read was just incredible. It's such a clutch situation as well. This man makes his character look really solid. But as we said, Robin is, I think, a good matchup for Swamp Thing. But now it's back into it, 2-1 Thotslayer. And hopefully Nicky gets caught with 2 sweeps already. Now you can see he does have the bar advantage on Thotslayer's side. So hopefully he can recover from that, because that was a pretty big loss.
Yeah, it was definitely, that's the kind of loss that really does the mental damage. And wow, that string actually hitting Nicky out of his whip punish attempt. But yeah, Nicky really needs to, get back into the mindset of after losing that match, getting beat by such a heavy read there from Thotslayer. But it looks like he's doing pretty well, mounting that offense game once again. Trying not to give Thotslayer even a moment to breathe. A nice good punish on the down 1 there. Nice combo as well. We'll try to do a side switch there. Whoa! And Thotslayer says, get back over here. Maybe some Scorpion play. I'm not too sure if Thotslayer played an MK. Maybe it was Scorpion saying, get over here. Back to the corner.
Now you can see Thotslayer just able to catch him on a forward dash with that forward 2-2-3 string. And you can see Nicky this time looks a little bit shaken, sitting on 4 bars though, but does actually get caught with that forward 2 once again from Thotslayer. Now you can see spends the bar, but a fantastic air tech coming out from Thotslayer just to make sure that he doesn't take too much damage. Wants to try and keep as much health on this life bar as he possibly can, and a back throw once again into the corner. Good sweep coming out from Thotslayer, just a back forward 2 to meaty. Doesn't actually hit a meaty though, so it is still minus, but now you can see Nicky is able to clear that life bar, but did lose a fair chunk of health before that happened.
Yeah, Nicky has the meter advantage now. He can definitely do some damage if he manages to find a hit here on Thotslayer. Nice mix up there, going back to the same side. Here we go, he's starting to mount that offense once again. Nice side switch again, putting Thotslayer into the corner. But no, mistimes that forward 3 setup again, trying to cross him up there, but pushes himself in the corner. Luckily, Thotslayer still getting pressured. Whoa, goes over and under. They're playing leapfrog now. Those players trying to step step away from Injustice and start playing leapfrog with each other. Nice wager there, but he does actually have less speed than Thotslayer again. So if Thotslayer wants, he can spend all 3 bars and do further damage here to PrettyBoyNicky. Nice. Both players deciding to spend 2 bars there, just keep it even. Okay, and now we see that neutral game. Some not so great zoning. Here we go. Let's see how Thotslayer can do it. Oh, one more kick more.
Actually activates the trait now, throws him back into it, and wow, that throw into the trait is going to be enough. Thotslayer takes it against PrettyBoyNicky 3-1. Nicky once again will be out if we go on in the losers bracket, but that was exceptional from Thotslayer there, just showing how good this character can be given the right circumstances. And I don't know about you, Baxter, but I love this character. I think this character is amazing.
Yeah, with reads like that, with the anti-air command throw, this character can definitely create some hype. Swamp Thing, probably with the coolest win quote in the game as well. Or not win quote, but win screen, where he just summons all the trees. Definitely one of the coolest characters in the game, and I'm really happy to see Thotslayer bringing him out within this round.
I agree. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a few minutes. We're going to have a very special game, which is going to be Gilbags, the Joker of Australia, going up against the return of N Megabyte. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.